So I've been systematically kind of working through my 1991 Corrado here, trying to just catalog little issues with it and resolve them. So the little one that I want to do now is I'm sitting here in the dark. I have the lights on, and you can see the gauge cluster is well lit. You can see that the buttons are lit, but right here, the heater and AC controls are dark, and that's a problem, especially when you're driving and you want to go, you want to make an adjustment. That's not good. So I am going to go through the process of replacing the little light that's in the control panel and possibly replacing it with like an LED alternative. So here's what the panel looks like removed from the car. It actually comes out really easy. There's no screws or anything. You just pry it out and it pops out. The things that really keep it in, other than like the tabs on the side of it, is the knob, which you just pull straight out, and the two little sliders for the heater controls. Same thing, those just pull straight out. Once you get those out, you can just get in on the side of it with like a pry tool or a flat screwdriver, and it pops right out. On the back side, the only thing retaining it at that point is there is an electrical connector that goes right there, and there's a little barb on the side, and you just squeeze it and pull it out. And that connector is actually the power to the light. So you can see in there the two little leads that go to a light bulb, and that light bulb is what illuminates the face of these controls. And that is what is currently bad in this guy. So to get to the bulb, we have to remove this white piece of plastic. It's one piece, and it's kind of, with these 6 tabs, it's kind of fused in there, like glued or, plastic welded. It doesn't just, these aren't like clips where you pop or anything. Actually, when I removed it, this end was already kind of loose, meaning this clip, you can see it's broken here. But what you got to do is kind of just get in here gently and pry. And as you're prying, kind of separate the white plastic from the black plastic like that. You'll see I just kind of got in here with the little screwdriver and pried gently until it popped off, which is what happened there. So this is the last one. Get in, screwdriver, pry, pry, pry. And there it goes. So that really should free the plastic piece. And what you'll see on the front now is that little light bulb. There, focused. So there's the light bulb. And what you can see is that light, so that light bulb sits right in there. And you can see this clear plastic. And I think that kind of carries the light to the face of the different controls. So we have to replace this bulb. What we're going to do is we are going to take like a screwdriver or something and push on these two metal tabs to push the bulb out the front of this assembly. So I'm pushing on one tab and I felt it kind of go, and I'm pushing on the other one. They seem to be moving a little. And there we go. Here's the defective bulb. Very next thing I'm going to do is take the bulb and I'm going to pull these two metal tabs that kind of go into the back of the bulb holder. Pull them straight out. So there's one. And there's two. Oh, so with that, once those tabs are out, the bulb literally just fell out. There it is. Here's the holder, and you can kind of see what it looked like. So the bulb just has the two little tails on it. So I actually have these LEDs, these little white LEDs, sitting around the shop for some other project I put them in the dash. So I'm going to take one. So I'm going to take one of these LEDs, and you can see, it's similar in size. probably straighten these wires, the leads on the back of it. And if you take the holder, we'll see, maybe we'll do it with, we'll determine if we'll do with or without the plastic piece on here. So I have the two little tails on the LED straightened out, and I'm trying to put them, feed them into the two little holes. You can see the light coming through those holes. And then once those go through the holes, I put the metal pins back in to kind of press up against them and secure them. So there, the leads just went in. So the leads are there. So let's try popping these back in and see what happens. And there's like a squared end and a rounder end, and the rounder end was the end that was inside. Let's see, I got one started. I'm gonna try to press this in. Let's try doing the other one now. So I'm gonna try doing it this way. I'm gonna put it back on the little vice grip that I used to remove it. And I'm gonna insert. So here is my retrofitted LED. You see the black Sharpie line I put on there? That's because LEDs matter. The polarity of an LED matters. So here's when you pull the LED out of the little plastic holder, you'll see that one side has the little, I don't know if that's what, like a diode or a resistor or whatever. That's the positive side. And there's actually underneath, let me see if I can get it to focus. You can see there's actually a positive and a negative mark under there. So when I assembled it, I made sure that was, I knew what side it's on. So when I install it in the holder, I can make sure that goes to the positive side of the little connector. And the way I know which side is the positive side of the connector is I use my little multimeter. And I could just, you know, put the one probe in the connector and one to ground and do a continuity test. And whatever one beeps is the negative. So the other one is the positive. So I'm sliding the bulb back in. You can see the metal tabs where they're where they're supposed to be. Straighten them a little. There's the LED. I just want to see if it clears that the casing there. If it doesn't, I may have to make that little circle there a little bigger. Okay, so it's all kind of clipped back in. So I'm actually going to quickly go plug this into the car and see if it lights up. And if it does, then I'm going to secure this better, maybe re-glue these, and like I said, maybe recess the plastic a little better for the LED. And that'll be it. So I want to do a quick test. So I have the little LED installed. I have the harness plugged in. And I'm going to turn the key, turn on the lights, and voila. The LED is lit. So I just popped it in. You can kind of see the LEDs in there glowing through. Should pop a little better. But you can actually see, I mean, it's hard to tell in this view, but it's all backlit how it's supposed to be. So now I'm just going to reassemble. All right, so it's all reassembled. I just popped the knob in, the two sliders into the parts, turn the key, and there we go. We have illumination. I mean, it's light in here, but the LED is pretty bright, so we have light again. I am happy with that. Awesome. I will create a link or put the information below about the LEDs I actually used for this. Again, I just had them sitting around. But like this video and subscribe to this channel.